I think I'm going to be unable to resist the temptation of this 6.4 yards per carry running back. I'm flawed. I'm not perfect. Well, last week's lineup was predictably terrible. David Montgomery did jack shit. Juju Smith-Schuster was a bust. Jameis, it could have been worse, but I knew that lineup was going to be terrible. So today, I am determined to bounce back. Let us begin with the quarterbacks. Quarterback number 1, 2, 3, and yes, people, I still have the scissors. Quarterback number 1, $38 in Yahoo Daily Fantasy, has posted 2 consecutive 3 passing touchdown games. Now, quarterback number 2 has 38 completions for 20 plus yards this year. That's 4th most among quarterbacks. And their opponent has intercepted opposing quarterbacks 8 times this season. That is what we say in the business, mildly opportunistic. Quarterback number 3, $25 in daily fantasy, has rushed for 362 yards this season. That's 2nd most among quarterbacks. I like this player a lot. I think it's Kyler Murray. We're not taking Kyler Murray. I'm pretty torn between these two. 3+ passing touchdown games consecutively, 4 300+ passing performances this season. I'm gonna go with this one here. Quarterback number 2, 300+ passing yards 4 times this year. I don't love this pick of Thomas Brady this week because here's the deal. Who the hell are they throwing to right now? The passing game is not really filled with studs. And honestly, I think this is probably just going to be an economical performance from Tom Brady. See, we're unboxing with prices. Economical, nailed it. It's not the worst place to start off with, but it's not the best either. Now on to our running backs. Running back number 1 has 500+ rushing yards this season, and their opponent is 2nd worst at defending opposing running backs this year. I like it. The 2nd running back has back-to-back 20+ touch games this season, and their opponent is a top 5 worst defense versus running backs this year. I think this might be Josh Jacobs from the Oakland Raiders. We'll see if I'm right, because I'm probably gonna pick that one. I'll give this one a courtesy read anyways. $22 in daily fantasy, averaging 4.3 yards per carry. I like this player, the spend up, but I'm gonna eschew them. I am gonna go with the $29 player here. Oh, I'm so smart. Look at that. It's Josh Jacobs. Daily fantasy, sometimes it's not that hard. All you gotta do is find a good running back that gets a ton of volume, that's playing in a really good matchup. The Bengals are total garbage cans against the run, and he's also playing at home. He's a favorite. Hello, this is your building block of daily fantasy this week. We can cancel the segment now. I'm already building a rock star lineup. So yeah, we're good. Running back number 1 is $32 in daily fantasy, has been targeted 48 times this season. That is 8th most among running backs. Running back number 2, $21 in daily fantasy, is averaging 6.4 yards per carry. Holy hell, has just 1 game with over 20 touches this season. See, that's the rub. They're averaging a lot of yards per carry, but not getting a lot of work. Running back number 3, $17 in daily fantasy, has 4 double-digit fantasy point outings this season. I'm really not trying to pay $17. I think I'm going to be unable to resist the temptation of this 6.4 yards per carry running back. All the people who are worried about scissor safety. Oh, yeah. Applaud me, Devin Singletary. I like this pick. You can't really trust the workload, but the big plays have been there as evidenced by that yards per carry stat we read off earlier. Actually, this lineup kind of crushing it right now. Between the 2 running backs, I'm loving what's going on.
My iPad.
We're moving on to wide receivers. 1, 2, and 3. Wide receiver number 1 has 4 12+ target games this season, and their opponent has allowed 12 passing touchdowns. That's actually not very many. Wide receiver 2, $29 in daily fantasy, is 2nd in the league in complete air yards. Whoa, we're throwing out air yard stats now. I love it. Wide receiver number 3, averaging 110 yards the last 2 weeks. I have to say, I think this player, $29, complete air yards, tied for 2nd in receiving touchdowns. This is definitely my pick. Stay down, box. Oh, beautiful. I am crushing it this week. Amari Cooper is unbelievably good this year. I'm getting him at a pretty nice discount here, in my opinion. The Lions, they just gave up a 131 passer rating to Mitchell Trubisky. This lineup is so good, and the haters will certainly be furious. Moving on to wide receivers, the second group of wide receivers. 1, 2, 3. Wide receiver number 1 has 4 touchdowns the last 3 games, like that, and their opponent they've allowed just 9 passing touchdowns, so a bit of a tough matchup, but you like that scoring potential there. Wide receiver 2, $18 in daily fantasy. This is the highest they've been priced all year. Last wide receiver, $14, 14 catches in the last 3 games. Honest to God, I'm really just very curious about who's in this box. At 18 bucks, I'm going to choose to unbox them. Oh, wow. Well, I guess if I'm going to have Tom Brady at my quarterback position, I should stack him up with Mohamed Sanu, who did catch 10 passes last week, 14 frickin' targets. It's not the most exciting pick in the world, but the Eagles secondary hasn't been good this year. You can talk yourself into it. So overall, I'd say I'm still crushing it. Welcome to Daily Fantasy Unboxing Yahoo Sports tight end selection. This could get bad. Tight end number 1, $13 in daily fantasy. Their quarterback has thrown for 300 plus yards in 6 of 7 games. Oh, yes, this is a note here on, yes, there were no other notable stats for this tight end, so we looked at his quarterback. It's getting dark out here at the tight end position. Tight end number 2, $20 in daily fantasy, had a season high 9 catches last week, and their opponent is allowing less than 200 passing yards per game. Oh, that is a brutal matchup we've got here. Tight end number 3, season high 8 catches last week, and their opponent has allowed only 9 touchdowns. I mean, not a lot of good options here. I think we got to go with this little mystery tight end over here. The one that was so bad that they had to give me a quarterback stat to read off. There's no frickin' chance that this is going to be good. Jeez. Oh, God. Mega tilt. It's OJ Howard. Playing him in daily fantasy after his big week makes me want to vomit in this box. You want to know why he just had his best game of the season? Because he hasn't done all year. And I know because I drafted him in every season-long league that I'm in. I took OJ Howard at tight end. You want to know why? Because I don't have any other goddamn options because the tight end position is so terrible. Let's just get to the outro. I'll be real. I think we pretty much built an almost dominant lineup this week. Tom Brady at quarterback, Josh Jacobs at running back, Devin Singletary at the other running back position. That's a bounce back spot this week. We have Mohamed Sanu to complete the stack with Tom Brady, Amari Cooper against the Lions defense, and then OJ Howard. We also have OJ Howard at tight end. We have to do that. It's not my fault. But for you people out there, go build your own lineup. Don't play OJ Howard. You don't have to do this to yourself. I have to do it to myself. But go build an OJ Howard-less lineup, yahoo.com/dailyfantasy. Enter one of the many contests that we have to offer and go win yourself some money.